Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the social media video editing tutorial. So, now this is the chapter number three, and here I'll be giving a cinematic look to our video. Okay, I'll be showing you different ways of what you can use into your social media videos, like how to give it a cinematic look. I'll show you guys different ways of how to do that. So, let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Adobe Premiere Pro. So the first thing what you'll do is click onto project and create a new project name over here. So I will just give a cinematic video. Okay, so I will put cinematic video right over here, and let's choose the file. Where do I want to save it? So for that, I will just go to my resource file. Let's come down right over here, and I will just select this particular folder, and this particular project will be saved in my resource file. Okay, so I will just click onto the create option. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, now it will just take some time, and it also depends on the PC you're using while making your content. Okay, so basically here, as you guys can see, now I already do have my workspace right over here. Okay, so you guys know the first thing, we need to import the media. So let's come over here and let's check which media we can basically work with. Okay, so let's take this one, and also let's take this particular audio, and let's just open it up into my media file. Okay, so here you guys can basically see that now I do have this particular media right over here. Okay, so if you want to see the preview, okay, so basically from here you guys will also be able to see the preview from here as well. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to just take a bit of it from here. If I just play it, it's around 8 seconds. Okay, the total duration of this particular video. So now I will just decrease the frame. Okay, so I will just decrease the frame from here. Suppose I will just select the in point right over here, and now I will just move this up over here. Let's take this and let's move it somewhere around here. Okay, and let's just click on this is basically the out point. Okay, and from here, if I want to move it frame by frame, okay, I can also do it right from here as well. Okay, so basically here you guys can see now this is the total duration. Okay, so now I will just import this video right over here. I will just drag and drop this particular video from here. Okay, and let's see the total duration of the video. Okay, so this is basically the total duration of the video. So now the first thing here, let me just show you guys how this video actually looks. What's the original speed of this video? Okay, so this is basically the original speed of the video, as you guys can see. Okay, so while giving a cinematic look to your video, what you guys can do is you guys can basically make it fast, and you can also make it slow. Okay, so you can just create a speed ramping video or a fast video. Okay, so for me, what I thought is like I will just divide this video into three parts. Okay, so till here, what I'm going to do is I am going to give it a cut. So from here, as you guys can see, I do have my razor tool. So using my razor tool, I will just give a cut right over here. Let's take my playhead. Let's move on to this part. And from here, I will just give another cut right over here. Okay, so the way how I'm going to actually split my video is here I will just put on some slow-mos. Okay, here I will just fast ramp my video, and the last part also I will just slow my video a little bit. Okay, again from my toolbar I will take my selection tool. So here the part which you want to work with, just click onto that part, right click over that, and here you do have an option called the speed and duration option. Okay, so now I will just click on the speed and duration option. Okay, and from here now I will just decrease into 75%. Okay, so I'm just decreasing the speed of the video. So 100% is normal if you do want a speed ramp. So in that case, you have to go more than 100. Like if you want to do by 25%, then you can just click on 125% over there. Okay, so I will just click on OK. And now let's see how this video actually looks. Okay, and here you guys can see there is a transition right over here. Okay, but the transition is not smooth. Okay, so in that case we will also look how you will be able to do a smooth transition. Okay, so now again what you're going to do is you are going to come right over here, and you guys go to the speed and duration. So come here, click onto this one, and from here what you can do is you guys can select 125 and you guys can click on OK. So now I will come right over here. There is slow video, and now here it became fast. I will just drag and move this one right over here, and now here as well I will just slow this video down. Okay, so I will just give a 75% right over here, and I will just click on OK. So here I do have the whole video right over here. Okay, and now here it is kind of fast, and now here again it became quite slow. Okay, so this is how you guys can actually work if I want to use any transitions. Okay, so in that case what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the effects panel, as I already do have it here on my screen. I can just open it up from here. Suppose you are not able to see in your screen this effects panel, then you guys go to the Windows option, and from the Windows menu you guys come here and you guys just make sure that you tick mark the effects panel from here. So now I will come here, I will go to video transition, and under video transition what I'm going to do is I am going to just put up a cross dissolve. Okay, so I will select this one, and what I'm going to do is hold and drag it right over here. Okay, so just move it right over here, and now let's just play it out. Okay, so this one looks better. Okay, and again what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one, and now I will just put another one of this cross dissolve right over here. So now let's look at this video how it actually looks. Okay, so here you guys can see the transition between the videos over here again. Okay, so these are different type of transition which you can use in your video. Okay, so this is also used. So now what I'm going to do is, as I have already slowed down the video and I have also fast ramped aside, the next thing comes is I need to actually adjust the color of this one right over here. Okay, suppose what I want to do is I want to select all of it. Okay, and after selecting, now I want to put some colors. So in that case, the first thing we do need to do is you need to nest it down. Okay, so I will just click right over here and I will just click on nest. So I will come here and I will just save this one as one. Okay, and I will just click on OK option. So now here you guys can see now I have just nested this thing up. So now let's see a preview how it actually looks right over here. Okay, and once I'm done with this one, I am going to add few more effects. Okay, so here basically I have just changed the duration and all. So this is basically the first step. Okay, so now again I will just go back. Okay, so from here what I'm going to do is I just want Lumetri color. Okay, so I will just click on Lumetri color tab. Okay, so here you guys can see now I do have this particular thing right over here, and what I'll do is I will come here and I will just drag this one on top of this layer. Okay, so now this one has been applied over to this particular thing, right? Okay, so the next thing what I will do now is I will come here, and from here I will go to the effects control. Okay, so once I'm here onto the effects control panel, here if I just move it and if I want to come down, here you guys can see I do have the Lumetri color option. So you guys will be able to do basic correction. You guys will be able to change the color wheel and all. Okay, so the first thing what I'm going to do is I am going to do some basic color correction. Okay, so now here, if I just increase the temperature, here you guys can see this particular image or this particular video is going a bit towards the orange side. Okay, but if I just decrease it, it is going a bit on the bluish side. So I'll just keep the temperature as -45. Okay, and here if I do want to increase the tint a little bit, I will just keep it on 15. If you want to work on with the saturation, you guys can work with the saturation here as well. And let's come down and let's check it out. If you want to do or put on some exposure, let me put on 2 right over here. Okay, 0.2. And if I do want to add any contrast, I will just add a contrast of 20. If you want to work on with the highlights, let's take -15. If you want to make work with the shadows, okay, I put here 32. And here for whites I will make it 3, and for blacks I will just decrease it to -3 as well. Okay, so this was about the basic color correction. And now here, now what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the creative option. If you want to work or sharpen this thing up, you guys will be able to sharpen it up here as well. Let's take 50. I will just keep this one as 50. And now I will just come down and directly I will go to the color wheels option. Okay, so once I'm here onto the color wheels option, now what I'm going to do is, suppose I want to take this particular footage a bit on the bluish side. Okay, so for that I will come here and I'll just move here from the mid-tone. Okay, so here you guys can see the mid-tone and the shadows. If I want to work on with the shadows and I want to take it a bit on the yellowish side, here you guys can see I can take it. And now for the highlights, I will come here and I'll just go on with the bluish side a bit as well. Okay, so I will just come down, and here you guys can also see I do have the HSL secondary color. If you want to set up any color and all, you guys will be able to do it from here as well. Okay, so now let's decrease the size, and from here you guys will be able to increase or decrease the intensity from here as well. Okay, so now let's check the video how it actually looks over here. Let's come here and just let's play it up. Okay, so here you guys can see my video over here is being played. Okay, so now this is how it actually looks. Okay, so now before this how it used to look, and now this is how I have just edited this one over here. Okay, so this particular video set looks quite great. So here, this part is basically done. And suppose if I just want to come here and if I just go or cancel this particular thing up, okay, and now what I want to do is I want to just remove the attributes. Then I can come here and I can just remove all the attributes altogether from here as well. Okay, so here you guys can see what all attributes do I have right over here. I can come here and you guys can see that I can just delete these things up right over here. Okay, so I will just cancel this thing up over here, and here you guys can see this is one. This is the first sequence which I had. Okay, so now I will come here onto this option, and now what I'm going to do is I will come here and let's take this one. Okay, and I am going to just nest it first. Okay, so I will click all of this or just select all of it all together, right click, and I will just nest it all again. Okay, so let me just come here and now I will just click on one and I will just click OK right over here. Okay, so here as you guys can see, now as I do have this particular video, what I'm going to do over here is I am going to stabilize my video. Suppose here you guys can see the frame is not stabilized that well. Okay, so in this case I need to nest it first, and then only I will be able to apply the stabilization. Okay, so for that again I will come here, and from here I will be choosing the option called effects. Okay, so I'll again go to the effects option, and from here I will write stabilization. Okay, so I will come here and I will just write stabilization. Okay, stabilization, and I'll just click on enter. Or let's see where I do have the stabilization over here. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have the wrap stabilizer. So I will come here and I'll just drag and drop it right over here onto this particular frame. Okay, so here I have already applied the stabilizer, and I will go to the effects control, and from here what I can do is I can just come here and I can just check those things out. Okay, so here I can actually see smooth motion. Okay, and if I just click on no motion, okay, so here you guys can see now it is just stabilizing again. Okay, so the it might take some time. Okay, so here you guys can see uh and I'll just again move here to the smooth motion. Okay, and here the smoothness is 50%. So in this I will just put on 15% right over here, and I will all again apply for the stabilization. Okay, so now let's move it up and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so as this is a running video, here you guys can see how the screen bounces and stuff right over here. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to work on over here. Okay, so if you just want to stabilize only, you guys can apply this stabilize option right over here, and here the method which is used is subspace wrap. Okay, so here I will just click onto this option, and if you want to use this stabilize crop and auto scale option as well, okay, you guys can do that. And these are some advanced features. Okay, from here basically you will be able to fast analyze, rolling shutter ripple. You guys can check which one goes well with your video. You guys can use that one right over here. Okay, so I'll come here and I will just delete up this thing. Let's go on back to the first one right over here. Okay, so here I have also did the color correction. So now the next thing what I'm going to do right over here is I am going to put on some borders. Okay, and also I'm going to put on a song. So here I already do have a song, so if I want to hear it out, okay, so here you guys can see this is the music which I have. And now I will just mark the in point over here and I will just mark it. Okay, so this is the marking option. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just move it up. So I will just move it up right over here till 15 seconds. So for that, I will come here, or let's take 8 seconds. So I will just take 10 seconds over here, and I will click on to the mark out option. Okay, and now come here, drag only, and come here and just put on this particular audio. And what you can do is now you guys will be able to crop down this particular audio from here as well. Okay, so just make sure that you are cropping it properly. So now here you guys can see now I do have a video and audio over here as well. Okay, so now if you just play this thing up, okay, how it will actually look. So let's come here onto the timeline and let's play it up right over here. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how it actually looks. Okay, so here now I do have the audio as well. So for the audio, now again what I'm going to go is I will come right over here, and from here I am going to select the effects panel, and from the effects panel I will go to audio effects. Okay, I will come here and let's check audio effects from here. Okay, you guys can actually select a different kind of audio effects which you have right over here. Let me just clear this thing out, and under audio effects I do have a lot of things. Okay, so from here basically I can, if I want to put some reverb, if I want to balance, okay, I can come here and I can just put, so let's select this one. So before that I need to put an adjustment layer. Okay, so first I will come here and I'll just click adjustment layer. Okay, so I will just click on adjustment. So you can basically search from here. Otherwise, instead of using the effects panel, what you can do is you can come here onto your project panel, and from here you guys can see a small item called a new item, and from here you can select the adjustment layer and just click on OK. So here you guys can see now I do have an adjustment layer. Drag and drop it right over here into this particular panel, and now increase the size. Okay, so I will just increase the size right over here. Let me just select the magnet option. Okay, so let's come here and let's just put it right over here. Okay, and let's place the video. Okay, so now here, as you guys can see, now I do have this adjustment layer. What I can do is I can come here and I can basically put on some crop option right over here. Okay, so let's come and let's check for the crop option from the effects. So let's come here, go to the effects panel again, and from the effects panel, just type crop. Okay, so here you guys can see under transform, I do have the crop key. Okay, so I will just take out this particular key, hold and drag and drop into your adjustment layer. So select the adjustment layer, again go on to the effects control. Okay, so here under the effects control, here you guys can see if I just select on the adjustment layer, or let's come right over here, let's select it and let's just come down. So let's come down right over here and let's just close this section down. I will just close this section down right over here, and you guys can see without the Lumetri color, this is how it look, and now it quite looks like this. Okay, so onto the adjustment layer again, I think this was not applied properly. Again, go to this option, come here onto the crop, and now just select this layer. Okay, select it and now drag and drop it over here onto the adjustment layer. Okay, so now I have just put it here onto the adjustment layer. So now what you can do is you can just come over here and let's go to the effects control panel, and from the effects control panel, here you guys can come, and here you guys can see now you do have the crop page twice. Okay, so from here you can just delete one. Okay, and what you can do is you can just crop this on different sides. Okay, suppose you want to crop it right over here. Okay, you guys can just crop it for 5% from here. Okay, and also from the sides you can just crop from by 5%. Okay, so I have done it on the left. Let's come here and let's click on 5 and let's click on enter. So here I have cropped from those sides here as well. Okay, so now if you want to add some keyframes, okay, so you guys will also be able to add some keyframes from here. Okay, suppose what I want to do is I want to start it right from here. Okay, like I want to start my video with this kind of frame, and after that what I'm going to do is I am going to now come here and I am going to work on with the keyframes. Okay, so now I will just click right over here, okay, onto the left option, and let's bring it few frames forward. Okay, so let's take this at least till 10 frames, or let's come here, let's take it a second. Okay, so let's come here at 1 second. What will happen is once I come right over here, it will just go back to 0. Okay, and just click on enter. And the same way what I want to do is I want to add 0 to this one right over here as well. Okay, so let's click on 0 over here as well. So now let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so this is how it will actually look right over here. Okay, so only on one side. So come here again, click on to this option. Let's take a 5 over here as well. Okay, so I will just select it, I will write 5 and I'll just click enter, and now I'll also on the toggle animation and just come here. Okay, make sure you click on shift. Okay, then it will directly go on to the next frame. Come here, change the value to 0, click on enter, and now here you guys will be able to see the changes. So let's come here and this is how it will just disappear. And now after that, what you can do is once you just come over here, okay, to this point, now I will just crop it from the top and from the bottom as well. Okay, so now I will come here, and what I'll do is I will just crop this one a bit by 10% here on top, and from bottom as well I will just click on 10%, and I will just click onto the enter option. Okay, so in that case also, if I want to on the toggle animation, okay, I can just on the toggle animation right from here. So at starting, let's come and let's select 0 over here. Okay, so let's select 0, enter, and let's come here onto the top option. Okay, and let's select 0 and just click on enter. Come here onto the first frame, and what you can do is you can just on this one, and here now again I will come here, I will just cancel this thing up. Okay, I will just come right over here onto the top option. Again, what I'm going to do is I am going to on the bottom option over here as well, and take it this till this frame right over here. Okay, to this frame, and what you can do is you can just change it to 5%, and here on top as well you guys can just put on 5%, or let's take 10% over here, and also right over here I will just take 10%. Okay, so now let's see the preview of how it actually looks from the beginning. Okay, so this is how your video will look throughout, and I hope you guys have understood how you will be able to work on with these frames, and also how you will be able to make a cinematic video using the Premiere Pro. Okay, so the last thing, once you're done with that, you guys come here, go on to the file option, and from file option, go to save as. Okay, now just I will first save this file. Okay, I will come here, let's go down, let's go to the resource file, and I'll just save it here onto my resource file. And yeah, I will just save it up already. So see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.